well, let me pose a question first. Should transgenders be allowed to play in sports with the sex that they identify with or the sex that they were born with when it comes to sports?
Oh, I feel like at the top, if you were born a man, you need to be playing man sports. You get what I'm saying? Because no matter what you feel like you identify with, your testosterone, the way your organs ain't changed. If my daughter choose to run track, you get what I'm saying? And you got a guy out there who talking about he identify with a woman, gonna jump in the 100 with my baby, oh, we got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? If you was born a certain gender, that's the only sports you need to participate in. Unless they do a transgender co-ed type sport, type thing.
So you'd be okay with them having a transgender league?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. As young as high school though?
That's critical. 18, cool with that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm a little torn because, you know, I have a transgender in my family, and I know how hard that process was, like being young and trying to be accepted, but also, you know, have some sense of normalcy. So I think that the biggest thing is, like, you know, they fight for equality in all ways. So to separate them kind of alienates them from having the normal life experience. So the situation that I was speaking about earlier is about a young lady named Andrea Yearwood. She won 2 state track and field titles in the state of Connecticut. And parents were outraged because Andrea was born a guy but competed with females. And they felt like that was an unfair advantage.
Sure.
So I kind of understood both sides. Like you said, if that was somebody running against your baby, then you feel like that's an unfair advantage.
Sure.
But in any sport, it's about competition. So you can't say, like, even in high school, people aren't taking steroids or, you know, whatever kind of body conditioning they do to make themselves the most competitive athlete out there on that field. So what would be the difference? Like, I guess in my mind, I wouldn't treat them any different because competition is competition.
Man,
now,
no, Nikki.
No,
man.
I think it's competition.
Let you go with that.
Why?
I wanted to let you go, but I couldn't, man. That'll be fake, man.
Come
I just
on.
feel like, regardless, right? If you were born a certain thing, it don't matter about how you feel and what you identify. You are still born. God made you a certain way, right? So then I feel like you punishing the other kids when they don't have nothing to do with that, right? Because no matter, like, if it's a woman that feel like she's a man, it's going to be hard for her to go jump in that 100 and beat some men. You get what I'm saying? That's just facts. You look at the world, you look at the records, there's never been a woman that ran the same time as a man.
Yeah.
No matter how many steroids you take, because guess what? If everybody on steroids, and it's still the same thing, right? I think it'd be more of a problem if it's a man jumping into a woman's event. Because I think then you are kind of like punishing the other kids that are really what, you know, being who they are, women. I don't want to get in trouble for this, but I'm just saying, like, to me it's just not fair. You know what I mean? And you have to understand that when you are making these decisions in life, like, at the end of the day, everybody is not going to see eye to eye with that.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be comfortable with your own skin and understand, like, it ain't about being equal. How is that equal when you got a guy that's 6'2", running against you, and he say, I feel like a woman, but he's not. He got a six-pack, he got muscles, he got all of that. That's not fair to you. If that's the case, get your own sport, get your own league, and then y'all compete with each other like this.
Well, you know what? I feel that way because nowhere in the history of fucking nowhere has there ever been a situation where if we on a track team or, you know, we at a track meet or whatever, the only person that's going to get ahead in life is the one who wins. It's other people who have extraordinary, you know, race times and, you know, they're extremely, you know, agile so they can do the, you know, long jump and all the other stuff. So I think that there's always a chance for other people to excel. It's just a difference. You know what I mean? Like, they already going up against so many different things. So it's kind of like if you identify as a female, you run with females in a track meet or on a track team, I just think that that's something that shouldn't be really scrutinized that hard. Like if you using the female restroom at high school, you taking whatever class, you know, you on the feminine or the women's volleyball team or all these other things, then I don't see why we would single you out for something just because you won. You see what I'm saying? Like I think it just became a big deal because she won.
Yeah.
If it had not been for her winning the state titles, no one would have had an issue with her running on that team with other women.
Sure.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, I definitely respect your opinion because
Same here.
I do agree that men have a different, muscle compound. Their endurance is very different. I think naturally they're just stronger. So I understand how that might seem like an unfair advantage and a disadvantage to the other people. But I think that there's other ways we can look at it. If we look at how we shouldn't bully or single out our kids in any other facet, I don't think we should do it in that way either. But that's just me.